Alright, so new video. What am I drawing this time? I think I'm drawing Samus Aran, that's right. This is a new piece for ChamBOOK Volume 2. It's another one that's sold for an online purchaser, an online buyer. Purchaser, is that even a word? So they requested Samus Aran. I rarely draw her, so I don't really know what it is I'm doing for the most part. So I loaded up a reference on the side, and I'm most likely just flicking through various ones. Also, this was also, I said also again. It was streamed on Instagram Live, like the previous one. And like the next one, which I will be uploading also. The next one will be a time lapse though. Yeah, I'm not gonna record another one of these. Recording it after the fact is always silly for me. I'm just watching the clip and just blabbering. That's all I do. I just don't know what to say, and plus it's 3 AM right now and I want to sleep. This is actually a good time to sleep. I've been waking up, I don't know, like 9:30, 10. It's decent, I think. It's like 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I'll have like something playing on in the background. Sometimes a podcast or like, I don't know, a bunch of YouTube clips I'll pass out to. It's really cold in here as well, actually. It's probably why it's making me sleepy as well. But, yep, as you can see, I'm drawing Samus Aran using my HB lead. HB! I wanted to originally just draw a face inside of it as well. I had various ideas, but I felt that it would complicate things for myself more than it needs to. So I went more simple. I could have drawn a zero suit version of her, but to be honest, that's not fun. It's just a female character. It's not often as super recognizable. So I think this one it's more up my alley in terms of the way she looks and whatnot. I like it. But it's, you know, it's drawing. I love drawing. Drawing is fun. When I did stream this on Instagram Live, due to the camera angle, I'm sure a lot of people didn't get a chance to see too much of what it was. But obviously watching it now on YouTube, you get to see it from bird's eye. I'm also quite glad that you didn't see my head. You don't see my head pop up from the bottom. That's always the tricky part about recording these videos, is sometimes I forget the camera is there, and either I'll knock the camera with my head, or my head will creep up on the bottom, or you see like my goatee just creep up on the bottom of the screen, which is really weird. But, you know, those are things that I can't really avoid. You might be hearing a sound at the background. That's the fan that I have on my laptop. I should turn it off, but it's to keep my laptop cool, so it's on. It's not, obviously, it's not too loud so that it distracts from this blabbering, but it's definitely present. It's definitely present, but all good, all good. Those are just little minor things, I guess, I'm just taking note of. Anyway, I'm using the Brushpen, the good old Pentel Brushpen, one of my favorite tools to use. I was tempted to go back to using a fine liner, most likely one of the Zig Millennium pens, markers, pens, I guess they're pens, Zig Millennium pens that I have. Most people would, you know, tell me, Jeff, why don't you use the Copic multi-liner? And I'm like, that means I have to buy a new pen. I just use whatever I have here, to be honest, and the only reason why I purchased new brush pens is because I needed it. I don't know. guess I'm one of the kinds where I'm just not going to bother buying something new unless it's unless it's fully necessary. In which case, with the brush pen, it was. But I really should open the medium-sized brush pen, like I was saying earlier. Right now, I'm using the large one, so I should open the medium one so I can save the ink, the brush tip on this one. See, it's a bit thicker lines. You can get fairly thin lines with this one, I think, but lots of you get some really thick lines in it. So Samus Aran, not really fairly fun to draw, I'd say. I'd rather, to be honest, I mean, I'll be honest with you, when drawing characters, I prefer personally to just kind of make it up as I go along. Like, I will see the basis of it, I will draw it so that it is recognizable as a character, but I will make it up for the most part, like wing a design based on the real design, if that makes sense. I mean, if I was given that option, I promise you we would have got a very, very different Samus Aran. One that's still recognizable as Samus, I feel, but one that is mainly a redesign. Maybe next time I'll do that. Unrelated to this piece that I'm working on right now, it's Free Comic Book Day this Saturday, the 6th of May. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna upload this in a timely fashion, as in right after I edit this, I'm gonna upload it. But Free Comic Book Day is this Saturday. Anybody interested in actually picking up any books? I know nobody can answer me, but I'm gonna definitely talk about what I'm gonna pick up. The ones that I've actually got on the list of ones that I want to grab is first one is Scotty Young's I Hate Image, which is really cool that you get like a special I Hate Fairyland issue for Free Comic Book Day. That's neat. And I think it features a bunch of Image characters. I have no idea, but that looks great. One of the other ones that I was definitely looking forward to was it's called Colorful Monsters. It looked like a book where they translated a bunch of old Japanese manga. Well, based on what it looked like anyways. I forget who's doing that one, but I definitely want that one. The third one is Boom Studios. They've got a book that's coming out. That one, it's called Boom Studios Summer Blast, and that one looks great. I mean, I'm just basing it on the cover and whatnot, but I like Boom do well. They know what they're doing. They got lots of good stuff. And the last one is the one that I worked on, which is by Udon. It's the Street Fighter 5 wrestling special. I did the artwork for the main story. Hanzo Steinbach did the art for the backup, which is like a 4-pager that features Zangief and Hagar. So that one should be cool. The one that I did was a wrestling story. So it's got a bunch of it's got Rainbow Mika and a bunch of her wrestling buddies. That one should be good. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see it in print. It's been a while. I miss doing comics, to be honest. I have been working on a couple of like comics recently, but I can't speak about that yet. You'll see that soon. Hopefully, eventually. You'll feel, yeah, not hopefully, eventually you will. I want to finish all these projects that I have so I can work on RandomVeus Volume 2. I wanted to start last month, but work got in the way. I want to start this month, but work is in the way. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start it. It's gonna happen. Things just get in the way. And it's annoying. I know that sounds like excuses, but I promise you it's not. I want to get it done. And I want it to be good. I want to enjoy myself. Anyway, that was a Copic Gray for that section. I'm using C1 and C3. I'm just like adding little details in right now just to add to the piece. Add a bit of definition. I think, as I might have explained in the previous one, I'm going for the whole simpler lines, like minimal lines to get the message across. To me, that's more fun. Just how many lines is needed to get the idea, to transfer the information across from artist to viewer. So hopefully there's enough there to get the message across. Right now I was pausing for a second there. Most likely I was looking at my phone, which again I was streaming during this time. Okay, here we go. This is somebody asked about what eraser I used, so I'm fiddling around for my eraser. I forgot what it was called, but I think it's a Staedtler. But I grabbed another eraser, that one there, which is a Pentel high polymer, which is one I also use as well, but obviously you could see that one was still in its packet. But yeah, that one there is the Staedtler. I can't believe I'm keeping this in. Look at me. If there was no narration right now, you'd be thinking, what's going on? Anyway, I'll just get back to some shading. This is weird. This recording after the fact is definitely bizarre, because it feels like I'm doing commentary. Like, I think that's what it is. It is essentially commentary to a piece. And because I am garbage at explaining myself, it's not really a tutorial, because technically I could do a tutorial, but I don't know how to describe what I'm doing, which is why I've never done a tutorial technically. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go along. It's all trial and error. And you know, I will use what I picked up on the piece and try to see if I can utilize it for the next piece. It's essentially how it works. So I apologize for anybody who wants to learn something from me, but I guess the best way to learn is just to look, is to see what it is I do and see if it can apply, if you can apply it to yourself. Essentially, that's how I learn, really. I was like, oh, that looks cool. How can I do that? How does that work? Can I try that? Can I try these certain things to make that work out? And you know, trial and error. In the end, it came out all right, I suppose. So here I'm just adding the eyeball to know that there's someone underneath. See a little nostril. I'm sure somebody might think, oh, what's that? Just a mark? Yeah, no, yeah, she's back there. She's inside there. Just do a bit of that. So thanks again for watching this real-time video. This piece is essentially done. I'm just going to tag it, most likely. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to sign it. And yeah, the next video, cheers for watching this one.